Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. It is Barcelona versus Napoli in the Champions League and it's Messi against Koulibaly as well. What a game we have in store for you. I hope you're very excited about it this Saturday evening. An opportunity to get to the quarterfinals for both sides. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. I think that my prediction is going to be that Barcelona do it, but I must also say that Barcelona are not the team they once were, and I think we would all agree with that. But yeah, let's bring it on. Let's get on with it, and I hope you're doing well in the live chat. Let me know what you're thinking about it. I knew that was going to happen. I could tell straight away. There we go. Well, we're up and running anyway. I know people are going to say about the pause button as well. I'm going to give you the team news right now. Hot today. Very hot in the UK today. Which is probably why my computer's a little bit slow. I've got no interest in the Scottish League, so I don't know why you're telling me that. So, your team news for tonight is as follows. Ter Stegen, Nelson Semedo, Piqué, Longley, Albert as the back four and the goalkeeper. Roberto, Rakitic and De Jong, Messi, Suarez and Griezmann. So, I mean, it's a good Barcelona side, but it's certainly not the Barcelona side of old, is it? And then Napoli have got Ospina, De Lorenzo, Manolas and Koulibaly as the centre-backs. Ruiz, Demi, Zielinski, Callejon, Mertens and Insigne as their front three. Lozano on the bench for them as well. I'm just looking at the bench. Fati on the bench for Barcelona. I mean, these are not the teams that they once were. They're not the teams they once were. Certainly in the case of Barcelona, this is not the team that they once were. But I still would expect them to have too much tonight. We will be keeping an eye on Archie. You keep asking every night what my thoughts on Spurs signing Højbjerg is, and I really have very little thought on it, if I'm honest with you. So I don't know why you keep asking me. But it's 1-1 from the first leg, which means Barcelona has got an away goal. So a 1-1 in 90 minutes tonight would lead to extra time. But I just think that Lionel Messi will be the difference tonight. Of course, we know that Koulibaly has a £90 million value on his head from the president of Napoli. So it is a bit of a Napoli watch in that sense. If anybody feels the need to put the price tag on Koulibaly. But I know what people are moaning about. Don't worry. I know what I've done again. I've done it again. He's done it again. He's got the score. I've left the score from last night on, haven't I? But yeah, I think it's going to be a game that... What the bloody hell's going on here? A game that Barcelona will come out on top with. They have got the away goal, and I think that Napoli, although they've got to be inventive and they've got to try, I just don't feel that they will have what it takes, especially when you take into account what happened with Juventus yesterday. I don't feel that Italian football is where Italian football needs to be if it is to challenge for the Champions League. And I think, Juventus are a side that comfortably win Serie A every year, but they can't get past teams like Lyon. And I think that's where it is. And talking about Juventus, good comment here from Praveen. He says, what's your thoughts on Pirlo as Juventus boss? I would have thought that maybe that it would be Pochettino, but they've obviously gone for a club legend in Pirlo. And look, it's only like what Chelsea have done with Lampard and Oli at Manchester United and Zidane at Real Madrid and Pep at Barcelona. It's not a shock in many ways because a lot of clubs have done this and it's proved to be successful. And if anybody was going to be a master tactician coach, much like Pep at Barcelona, Pirlo is a very intelligent footballer, as we know. Played very late, conductor of a midfield. He'll know exactly what to do, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. I mean, in many ways, there are parallels and similarities between what Pirlo is doing now at Juventus and what Pep did at Barcelona, where you're taking on a giant of Italian football, much like Pep took over a giant of Spanish football. You've got one of the world's best players, Messi, Pep had, and although he's a bit older, Ronaldo is still one of the best players. So domestic title is something that's more or less on a plate for Pirlo, and his longer term game will have to be about the Champions League. But I said when Ronaldo went to Juventus, it was going to be very, very hard for him to win. So yeah, there's no hot mic if anybody's asking. I'm not doing hot mic tonight. Unfortunately, the pause button is already working, so there you go, and the timer is on as well. Do you think you will? Do you think who do I think is going to win the Champions League? Says Aaron Deville. I've said Man City all season, and I don't feel any reason to change that. I hope they don't win it. I suppose the alternative, favourites wise, is probably going to be Bayern Munich. I don't see Barcelona being a big threat for a Manchester City. I think Man City would cause Barcelona problems. Maybe Atletico Madrid might be able to grind their way to the final, but I think it's going to be between Bayern Munich and Manchester City. Yeah. If pause isn't working, you need to refresh your video and try again because it is 100% on. So, what do you want me to say about that? Sancho updates, says Tony Jones. Well, there is none. There isn't any, is there really? But Napoli are on the attack here. And it's... Oh, he's hit the post. Mertens. What a chance that was. Gattuso's clapping him and saying go again. But it's a big, big chance, this. It doesn't really connect with it. I think he kicks it. It comes into him off the box, off PK. Connects well. And he just doesn't connect... Well, he connects badly with it. And he hits the post. Lewis Noakes says, how you doing, mate? I'm doing very well. I hope you are doing well as well, Lewis. This Saturday night, it's hot in the UK. I've just been down the pub for a nice meal at the King's Head, or the King's Arms, out Lapworth Way. Lovely dinner. Yeah. Couple of pints. Can't knock it. And then back home for a bit of Saturday night Champions League football, which is... The only thing that saddens me about these things is that there's no fans in the ground because this is a big, big game. A very big game. Predictions, says Malik. Well, what is everybody else's score prediction? My prediction tonight is that Barcelona will get the job done. But let's not forget, Napoli do have a very good back line with Koulibaly and Manolas. Both players over the years that I've said... I wouldn't mind Manchester United getting hold of. Reverse Cloud says, what's your opinion on Maurizio Sarri being essentially sacked after 1 year at Chelsea and now Juventus? It's a tough game, isn't it? You know, you live by the sword and you die by the sword when you manage those sorts of clubs. I think we've seen this time and time again. I don't necessarily agree with it. I could have told the owners of Juventus that you weren't going to win the Champions League this year and that an Italian football is quite far behind the rest of Europe, as I think we'll see tonight. But Juventus are obviously hungry for better. But I'm sure it's no consolation for Sarri, but he'll be a very rich man after losing his job at two places when he actually did okay. Do you think the deadline for Sancho is bullshit? I think Dortmund think a deal can be done. They wouldn't close the door just because the deadline passes, would they? Says Sean C. I'm hoping that a deal for Sancho is going to be done around the time of this deadline. But here is Napoli again. And a good block there by Jordi Alba because Napoli were nearly getting a shot off again. And Barcelona looking a little bit sloppy at the moment. I think Napoli have started off the better side here. But here is Messi into Griezmann, who loses it. Suarez fighting through there. Koulibaly in on him. Looking fresh, Mark, says Brian Whelan. Thank you, Brian. And there's a long shot there that's never going to go in. Who would be your ideal United signing besides Sancho for the summer, says RT3 Comps. Well, get in the live comments, whatever club you support, put your ideal signing and your club. Because I was saying today, you know what? Liverpool, if they get Thiago and Jamal Thomas and somebody else, I forget the name of, Sarr from Watford, they could get all three of those players, Thiago, Sarr and Jamal Thomas, for 70 million quid. And I think that would be a brilliant transfer window for Liverpool to buy 3 players like that gives them real good squad depth. Look at the little flick by Koulibaly then. I don't like that sort of thing from a centre-back, to be honest. Oh dear. He's just given a corner away, Koulibaly there. It's the Saeed curse. Well, people say he's a bit two-footed, Koulibaly, but his left foot was a bit crap there. It's crazy to think that you can be sacked from some clubs after winning the league title, says Man United list. Well, yeah, it just shows you how easy it is. Jamal Lewis, I keep calling him Jamal Thomas. It's Jamal Lewis at Norwich. I don't know why I keep calling him Jamal Thomas. He's been on the United stand. But yeah, those 3 players for 70 million, I think would be good business for Liverpool. Chelsea have obviously already got Werner, very good player for them. Man United signing's got to be Sancho. I think Arsenal fans would probably like a Thomas Partey as their ideal signing. Spurs would probably take anybody, really. Do you think Arsenal can get to Coutinho, says Tom McD? Well, I think they can if they want to. I think the trouble with Coutinho is that he's so expensive in wages that it's very difficult, isn't it? Bayern have got a potential penalty. Let's have a pop down. Yeah, we're not down on Polish Speedway. And it is a penalty. And Lewandowski's about to take it. So we've picked the right game here. I mean, somebody said this could end up being 10-0 on aggregate. There is no way back for Chelsea today. It's effectively a last game of the season where they got no chance, and it is a penalty. Goal bottom corner, says GTW. He won't miss, Lewandowski. I'll watch this and then we're going back to Barcelona. Lewandowski steps up. God, this referee's pedantic. Let him just get on with it. Lovely penalty. Caballero went the right way as well. And it's a lovely finish. Curling it into the right-hand side, even though the keeper went the right way. I just want to see it again there. I think it's Kante who gave the penalty away by the looks of it. Good night, Vienna, says Sally Devil Red 7. Just seeing the penalty back. Yeah, for me, that's a penalty. That's a lovely penalty as well. Keeper goes the right way and it's just got the curl on it. Magnificent. Magnificent. What a penalty, says Tony Garner. And it really, really was fantastic. So that game was over anyway. We picked the wrong one there. But Napoli still pushing forward in this game. They've had a good first 8 minutes so far. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Lots of watch-alongs coming up over the next couple of weeks because of the Europa League and the Champions League as well. So get involved. I hope you enjoyed the pro clubs this afternoon. That will be back again tomorrow. I think I know if I ever see a name, you call. Barcelona on the attack here. Messi shoots and it deflects for a corner. So, if you are interested in our pro clubs team, which is going to be... I think we had a bit of an indifferent day today, even though, well, I'm not going to give you spoilers. It wasn't terrible. We've made a couple of changes since then, and tactically, I think we'll be a better side tomorrow. So if you are enjoying watching the Pro Clubs journey, check it out tomorrow on Twitch. The link is in the video description for you. And give us a follow on that. And you can watch us tomorrow afternoon at about 2:30. And it's a goal for Barcelona! And it's Longley with the header. Unopposed. Poor defensively there. You've got to say Napoli with Manolas. And the worst referee in the world he is, that ref. Can't stick this referee. He's the one who sent Nani off. But cross comes in. Oh, I think that's going to be a foul on VAR. 100%. I don't think that's going to be a goal. I'll be very surprised if this goal is given. That is a foul on VAR. It's PK and Longley pushing players out the way with two hands. That should be a penalty. That should be a no goal. We'll see. That'll be a foul, I think. I'll be stunned if VAR gives this. Kieran says that will be no goal 100%, and I would be very surprised. Both PK and... They're given the goal! They've given the bloody goal! What a disgrace! What an absolute disgrace! That is a disgrace. Fucking hell. For fucking hell. I don't even understand that. What a disgrace. Oh, I'm just stunned. On a VAR check, they've said a goal. I'm disgusted by that. I'm sorry. You know, I predicted Barcelona would win, but this is where people start to wonder about the bias by UEFA in relation to Barcelona. That is a disgrace. I can't believe it. I actually cannot believe it. It's disgusting. Legend Killer, I can't read that out. But basically, if you're not watching the game, or even if you missed it, Longley scores a header, but PK and Longley, as the cross comes in, do this to Napoli players. Like, it's a full arm extension push. It's not a little push. It's a full arm extension push. It goes to VAR, and VAR say that's fine. If that's in the Premier League, or the World Cup, that's never given. That's a disgrace. Oh, God. People are saying calm down, but I don't care whether it's Barcelona or Real Madrid or Manchester City or Liverpool. That's not a goal. And I know there's people who love Barcelona, and I like Barcelona as well, I do. But that's a disgrace. Pure and simple every time. That is a bloody disgrace. My issue is with this, and if you've been watching this channel for a while, you will know, I don't like VAR. And the reason I don't like VAR is because it gives no clarity. If VAR gives clarity, I can live with it. But it doesn't actually bring any clarity, because when I see that goal, I'm like, VAR is going to chalk it off. If United have scored that goal, right? United score that goal. Let's say it's Harry Maguire. I'll see that and go, it's not going to get given. So my celebration is instantly going to be subdued because I'm going to go, it's not going to get given. And then you go to VAR and they say it's fine. But you've already missed your opportunity to celebrate, if you know what I mean. And that's the problem with VAR. It kills the moment because there's so much uncertainty about it. You don't even know. Like the penalty last night on Memphis Depay, that is never a penalty. His hand is there and the ball hits him. Penalty gets given and you're like, I don't understand this game. I don't understand this game. Patrice Ever says, I love this game. Fuck this game. I don't understand this game anymore. I don't understand what VAR does anymore because it seems to do different things in every game. And if VAR is going to do different things in every game, we may as well not have VAR. It's got to be consistent and it's got to be clear. And it's just not clear, in my opinion. Definite foul, says James Parker. Adam123 says the salt is real. But yeah, but I don't dislike Barcelona, so the salt is not real. I predicted Barcelona would win. I don't think Napoli will win. I'm just watching this as a football fan, and I'm telling you, this game could be any game. It could be your team. It could be a team you don't like. It could be a team you do like. What I'm talking about is VAR. That decision makes no sense. And as somebody who's loved football for over 30 years, I can't get on board with VAR because I just don't know what it is. I don't understand it. I don't understand what it is, and I can't confidently predict what it's going to do. But there you go. Conversation between refs should be broadcast during a VAR check, says Michael Mairstow. Well, my understanding of VAR is that if it's a clear and obvious error, they'll overturn it. But the referee, well, that's a clear and obvious error. That's a foul. You know, whatever. We move on. It's 1-0. I've got to change the score as well because the goal has been given. But I think many people with a brain thought that when that went to VAR, that would not be a goal. But it doesn't change the job for Napoli. They need to score. It's a bit like Real Madrid last night. They do need to score. So the game is not changed too much. There's no news on Jadon Sancho at the moment. It's maybe 10:30 tonight. Dexter says, Mark, it's not VAR. These refs reviewing are not consistent and clearly influenced. Only in football is technology so confusing. Well, Dexter, you actually deserve comment of the evening. Comment of the evening. You deserve comment of the evening because you're right. The technology isn't at fault there. It is, the technology is there for somebody to review something and make the right decision. That person reviewing it is a human being, and that is the problem. So you can push players in the throat and score now, says B. Yakov. Exactly. I was convinced. But I hope Napoli get a goal back because I feel that they've been cheated there. The GOAT Messi says the player came in his way. Yeah. If a player goes in your way, you've got every right to shove them full on in the throat. But it's not Barcelona's fault. I agree. It's not Barcelona's fault. You play the rule. Funny enough, I was doing some coaching this morning and one of the players said, I stopped playing because I handballed it. And I said, well, the referee didn't see it. You should carry on and play to the referee's whistle. And that at high-end sport, that's exactly what you should do. Barcelona are not the ones who've made that decision. They've scored a goal. It's been given. Ultimately, it's not their responsibility. It's on BT Sports, Daz Reynolds. Let's have a selection of what people are saying. Appy West on Twitter says Barcelona versus Bayern Munich brings way more money to the table than Bayern Munich against Napoli. I'd like to see that back again at half time. But look, the goal's been given. We must move on. What did I say about this referee, though? This referee should never... I can't stand this referee. There's very few people that get me wound up. I can't stand this referee. He should not even be a referee. I think he's Turkish. That's not why he shouldn't be a referee. Nothing wrong with Turkey. But he is a clown as a referee. He should be running around with oversized shoes, red lipstick on, and a big, stupid green wig. Because he is a clown as a referee and has consistently proved himself to be a clown as a referee. Sent Nani off for United against Real Madrid in Sir Alex Ferguson's last season. Barcelona coming forward here. Messi on that hand side. Messi to me doesn't look like his normal self. Does he look like his normal self to you? He looks like he's carrying a bit of... might be age. He just looks a little bit slower than he normally does. You're trying hard to put me in my face. That is why I gotta keep running. A few super chats to read out. That was a goal. There is always pushing in high-end football, and I didn't see a blatant foul. And Mark, I've been watching football longer than you, says Gary Age. Well, that's got nothing to do with it. Age has got nothing to do with it. You can't be an ageist. And how's it going? Says, I want to know, Jermaine. Thank you very much for the super chat. You cannot say, I've been watching football longer than you, so I know more than you. That's totally ageist. You can't. It's like these young lads who say, haha, you're playing FIFA at 40. You can't deduce an opinion on age and say it's better. That's a nonsense. So I will watch it back at half time and I will look at it pragmatically. But for me, in the world we live in, I thought VAR would rule that out. But we will have a look at it at half time. Are you confident United are going to beat Copenhagen? Says Adam Barlow. Well, we should beat Copenhagen, but I wouldn't say I'm overly confident because I thought United played terribly against Lask. It's worse in the ground when you score. VAR is bad, says Kyle Barrett, Everton FC. I don't like VAR. I said it on this channel before it came in. I think it's disgraceful for football fans. And you're right, if you're in the ground, it's even worse. Phil Jones Army makes a good point. Where do you think that this Barcelona side's going to be in 5 years' time when Messi is gone? I mean, Barcelona will always buy good players. Of course they will. But they have got a big job on to rebuild. And of course, Barcelona's biggest problem, Napoli whip across in. Barcelona's biggest problem is that they've bought very badly over the last few years. 150 million on 130 million on Coutinho, 130 million on Ousmane Dembele, 100 million pounds on Griezmann. So they've bought very badly as well. So that's a lot of money to flop. Hi Mark, did you see Juventus have sacked Sarri? Says Jordan Such. Yes. And he looks slower, but his technical ability is the same, says Even Hughes. I mean, look, Messi's one of the best players there's ever been. He does look slower to me, but it might just be because he's not totally match sharp. Lovely player, though. Ah, he's more than lovely. He reminds me when I'm playing pro clubs. He's just got that... he likes to play a first time. He sees what's happening before he gets the ball, which is exactly like me on pro clubs. I think he sort of models himself on me on pro clubs. Oh, look at that from Messi. Still going. Oh, it's class. It's world class. What? Absolutely world class. World class by Messi. 2-0. Oh, I mean, he stumbles over a little bit. Just world class. That was amazing. He started off on the right-hand side. He sort of tumbles his way through a little bit. Low centre of gravity, though. Determination. Picks it up on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side from Suarez. He's got two players on him. He cuts through two. Keeps fighting. Puts one on his arse. Past Koulibaly. And then curls it past 5 players. And the goalkeeper. 6 players. 6 players get taken out here. And look, it's not a clean run by any means. It's definitely not a clean run. But it's just that determination. It sort of epitomises what Messi is, really. That's not clean. Not every goal he's going to score is he going to skip through cleanly past 6, 7 players. But he takes 6 Napoli players out of the game through determination, ability and a wondrous finish. Absolute quality. Absolute quality. You are watching something that is... well, I don't think we'll see a player like this again for a very, very long time. Bayern have scored as well. It's 2-0. But Napoli are in danger here. Very big danger. That's the reason Messi's the world's best player, says Wolfie35p. And it's a privilege. Privilege to watch that. Because we don't, you know, I know a lot of people do watch Messi, but we don't get to watch that sort of thing a lot. But Napoli look lost here. And Suarez shoots wide. And they're in danger here, Napoli. They need to lift their heads up. The thing if you're Napoli is, though, if you score 2 goals, you're through. You know, that's the way to think about it. You score 2 goals and you are through. So, get your heads together. There's still 70 minutes to go in this game. Please notice me, says Jurgen. And... I think Chelsea could get embarrassed tonight. They're 2-0 down. That's 5 on aggregate. There's still another hour to go. It's hot tonight. Sweaty. I have to have a shower after this. A cold shower. Stunning. What a player. How did he find that angle to score from sitting on his bum, says Nick P. I think that goal to me is one of his... It's not one of his best goals because he's got so many. But I like that sort of goal. It's the... You know, when you get tackled, when you lose the ball, it's that determination to get up fast and stick your foot in and keep going. Not every goal, as I said, you're going to skim through them like a slalom. Sometimes you have to battle through a tackle, and just pure quality from Messi. And we are privileged to have Messi and Ronaldo. You know, they'll be sad when they retire because they are... I don't think anybody can compete with Messi and Ronaldo because... You know, for a lot of the football I've watched in my life, they've been around, and it's just their pure determination and consistency year after year. The fact that neither of them have ever really had that many injuries as well, just superb, absolutely superb. Chelsea got a goal back. Hudson-Odoi, long way back for them though. Now it's Napoli on the attack. Not a very good ball. They need a goal back, Napoli. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're on the road to 207,000. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thank you very much. If you do. Napoli just struggling a little bit with confidence here. And Messi's such a joy to watch. There's Dylan from Cork. Really is a privilege to have been able to watch him and Ronaldo over the last years or so. Simply the two best ever. And Sean C says, they need to utilise the pitch side monitor for VAR in Europe. They use it here in America and nobody bemoans anything. Yeah, I don't know why we don't actually. I don't think Messi and Ronaldo are the two best ever, by the way. I think that Maradona was... I know he's not a popular character now, but... I only really caught the end of his career and I was very young, but he was an amazing player and he just sort of did it off his own at Napoli and Barcelona. It was different times, and for Argentina as well. I mean, he single-handedly won them a World Cup in '86. Maradona was an amazing player. Messi's there, but for me, I'd always say Maradona was better. And I know that's controversial, but there you go. It's probably an age thing. We'll have Sancho doing that next season, mate, says Lewis Noakes. Well, this is why Man United need to get hold of Jadon Sancho, because he is that sort of generational talent. Mark, Bayern are far superior to Chelsea at the moment. I feel sorry for them next season. If Chelsea United don't strengthen, we will get battered, says Andrew C. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens when Bayern play Man City in the final. Be nice for Napoli to score though, because I do actually think the first goal was unfair. Oh, unlucky. Could have been a goal. Could have been a goal for Napoli there. Dano Jr. says, what were you saying about Messi not looking sharp? I know. I don't think he looks, to me, he looks like he's carrying a bit of baggage. I don't know whether it's age or lack of fitness, but he doesn't look as sharp as as I saw him last time, and I don't know whether that is age or whatever, but even with that, he can still do that. I'm not, you know, I didn't say Messi's shit. I didn't say that at all. I just said he looks a little bit like Ronaldo has for the last 2 years, really. Oh, what a save. Suarez with the shot, trying to win a penalty as well. It's 3. It's over. It's Messi again. What the fuck? Napoli are shit. They're absolutely shit. Suarez shoots. Ospina saves it. It bounces up again. And Messi is first to get there. And Manolas has got to look at himself here. What is Manolas doing for a centre-back? What is he doing? I have to see this back here. Suarez with the shot. Good save. Little dink cross. Messi takes it down on his chest. Wow, to be fair, the left back has just tried to jump and get it and he can't get it. Messi eye on the ball. That's a better goal than his other one, really. That's pure quality. Control on your chest and dinking it over the keeper. You're just watching something special tonight. Absolutely stunning. Chest control. Little dink over the keeper. He's probably playing the game in slow play compared to everybody else. Magnificent. Well, they're checking something on VAR here, but I don't know what. He's saying, "Don't worry, don't worry. I'll make sure it's a goal." It wasn't a handball anyway. Never in a million years does that touch his hand. Does it roll onto his hand? That'd be a goal. Well, Napoli hitting the post early on. They'll be hitting the bar. Mine's a pint because they're tumbling out of this. "3-0 down after half an hour. They're still VAR checking it. No goal! What? I can't believe it. Oh, piss off, VAR. I can't even see. Piss off. How can they tell from those angles? Bloody twats. I mean, look, to be honest, actually for the neutral, it evens it out a bit and it gives them a little bit of a chance. But, I didn't think it was Barcelona's fault in the first place on the first goal. I thought it was poor officiating. And I haven't seen an angle there where that conclusively shows that he controls that with his hand. Everyone says it rolls off his arm, but they didn't really show us an angle where it rolled off his arm. I'm not saying it didn't, and it may well have done, but we didn't get an angle where it did. And it has equaled itself out. But again, it's, all you're doing is equaling out stupid decisions. I can't see it touching his arm there. I cannot see it, even there. For me, it seems he controls it there and it goes away from his hands. It doesn't touch his arm for me. But a lot of people are saying it was. I don't think it was, but there you go. Adonis has never a handball for me. And also, the thing about that handball, does it make a massive difference to what's going to happen? Has he used his arm? And I know that's not the rule, but has his touching of the arm, if it is there, actually caused a massive advantage? Not for me. Not for me. Koulibaly not good enough, says Phil Banks. Look, however long you've been watching football, whether it's 5 transfer windows or 20 transfer windows, the way the football fan works, and we mustn't be elitist here, but we've all done it. There's a player that's going to make us win the title. There's a player that's going to take us into the top 4. Arsenal fans will think that Thomas Partey is going to make them a top 4 side. He won't. Not on his own. He'll make them better, but he won't suddenly come in and make them a comfortable top 4 side. And the same with Koulibaly. He's not going to come into Liverpool and make them never concede a goal again. He's not going to come into Manchester United and make them, you know, the perfect defence. I think that Koulibaly's a good player, but I'd be stunned if anyone paid over £60 million for him, because already in this game, and we've seen it a few times, he's a top quality centre-back, but he's got a mistake in him like everybody else. So Brad says that there's a new handball ruling. I know. I do wonder if people actually listen when people are talking. What did I say? I know what the handball rule is, and I don't like it. But effectively, if Messi touches that with his hand, does it have any impact on the goal? Does it give an advantage? No, it doesn't. But the rule is, if it touches your hand in any way, it's a handball. But to me, I don't think he touched it anyway. But the rule's broken. But no, I did say that. But this has got a similar feel to Man City Real Madrid last night, where Man City, better team, Real Madrid have got a chance to get back into it, and Barcelona, better team, Napoli technically have got a chance to get back into it, but they're just not playing particularly well. Chelsea haven't got a goal back, by the way. They're 2-0 down. It's 5-0 on aggregate. Time to have a stretch. Oh, I've just shown you my salmon shorts. Ashley Christie says there's a Napoli comeback incoming. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. Bam, 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 bam. It's the pink shorts, Marcus. Everyone's just getting a quick drink in here. Tin of salmon, I do, yeah. Buying a toying with Chelsea, says Adana. That's a thankless task for Chelsea tonight, isn't it? You know, going to Bayern, going to Munich, 3-0 down from the first leg, 3 away goals from the first leg, and Messi saying it shouldn't have been disallowed. Connor says it's clearly not a handball. Nice shorts, mate, says Lewis Noakes. Thank you. Please subscribe if you're new. We're only about 100 away from 207,000 now. So thanks everyone getting involved. Remember, this is the channel for everyone to get involved in. Bit of FIFA on here, watch-alongs. But generally, everyone's welcome on here. It's not club-specific. If you enjoy your football, like getting involved in a debate. I'm not a Barcelona or Napoli fan. It's just a game I would watch. So let's do a live stream. 2-0. Controversial first goal for Longley. I felt it was a foul in the current game. Whether you agree that those things should be fouls or not, I think there's been plenty of decisions that would show you that VAR should be saying that was a foul. It didn't. They gave them the goal. Second goal was pure quality from Messi, and then I think he scored a legit second goal and a third goal for Barcelona. But then that was chalked out for what for me was a very inconclusive red handball. So it's probably evened itself out, because I don't think the first goal should have been given for Longley, but I think Messi's a bit unlucky. Nulla says, I'm so excited for Barcelona against Bayern. I presume that would be Saturday night, next Saturday night, wouldn't it? I think. This echoes our Barca away fixture last season. We hit the woodwork early on, a couple of defensive mistakes from De Gea and Jones, and we got battered, says Man United lists. Koulibaly and Messi. It was dubbed as Koulibaly versus Messi, and they're both down here And I just wonder, Messi's really hurt himself. I wonder if Koulibaly might have stayed down because, well, it should be a penalty. That's a penalty, that is. That should be a penalty on VAR review. So basically, Koulibaly is ahead of Messi. He swings his foot to kick it, but as he does that, Messi sticks his foot in front to try and nick the ball. Koulibaly can't stop the momentum of the kick, so he swings through and he kicks Messi's foot. Therefore, that to me is a penalty. Vabev says it's not a penalty. I mean, I think he might kick the ball before he kicks Messi, in which case I think it may not be a penalty. But they are potentially checking here for a penalty. They've cut Messi's sock off here. Mark, please answer. What are your thoughts on Juve appointing Pirlo as manager, says Jurgen. As I said at the start of the show, I think it's a bit similar to Pep at Barcelona, Zidane at Real Madrid, Oli at United, Lampard at Chelsea. It's not a new thing to go and give an ex-player the job. And I think Pirlo, especially, has the previous game experience. That's a penalty. That is a penalty. That is. I think he's got to give the penalty. It reminds me of a penalty Bayern Munich got, and I think it's harsh, but well, I wouldn't say it's harsh. It's a penalty, but I do think that, you know, if you're Koulibaly in that situation, you don't expect a player to come from behind when you're about to swing and kick the ball away. But I think that to me is a penalty. Don't know what you think in the live comments. Of course, it's got to be clear and obvious. That's a very good point. It's got to be a clear and obvious mistake, and I don't think it was clear and obvious. So, again, we're in that world of what VAR is. What is VAR, everybody? Realistically, the referee didn't give it, so for it to be overturned, it's got to be a clear and obvious mistake. And he's going to go and have a look at the screen. Fair play. At least he's doing that. I mean, in fairness, you could almost say it's a foul on Koulibaly as well. Does Messi touch the ball first? If Messi touches the ball, it's a penalty. If he doesn't... See, I don't think Messi touches the ball, so I don't think it's a penalty. But I think he's given it. He's given the penalty. I told you, I thought it would be. I really did. But I'll tell you what. The bad thing about all this is that this game has been absolutely dictated to by VAR. So Messi will get the goal that he probably deserved. No, he won't, because Suarez is going to score it. Apologies, I thought Messi would take the penalty. And it's 3-0. And I think that's probably game over, do you think? Don't sign Koulibaly. Yeah, do not sign Koulibaly. Toothache, any ideas, says Steve? Painkillers probably is your best bet. I've never found whiskey or any of those sort of things to be comforting. Ibuprofen, if it's proper toothache, is decent, or paracetamol. But if it's really bad, I'd phone the emergency dentist. And thanks. We're probably going to get about 5 minutes added on in this half as well, I think. Napoli have been... In fairness, I don't think you could argue that Napoli deserve any better than this. They've been really badly done. Koulibaly's actually been crap for 2 years now, says Chris. I think Koulibaly's going to be staying at Napoli. How's Griezmann playing, says Ray Madood. I haven't really noticed Griezmann that much. I don't think he's having a bad game. Messi looks like he's in a bit of pain. They might take him off at half time. Five minutes added on. Koulibaly is the most overrated player ever. People call him one of the best defenders of his generation, says Danny Hussle. I do like Koulibaly, and I wish United had got him 2 or 3 years ago. But I just think what I've always said about Koulibaly is, for his age, would you spend 80 million on him? You'd be mad. Absolutely mad to spend that sort of money on him. And to be honest with you, if I was Koulibaly, would you want to come to the Premier League at 29? You know, it's much quicker. It's a much quicker league. Oh, he's given a penalty to Napoli now? This ref's crap. This ref is absolute shit. Told you he was crap. I mean, to me, they'll have to VAR review. We'll be here all night. The VAR game, this is. Gives Napoli a bit of a chance to get back into it. So it'd be interesting if the penalty is given. But Chelsea would have been 3-2 up if there wasn't VAR, says Driller 1-1. So we now got a penalty for Napoli, which many people are saying in the live comments, it's the same sort of foul mark, to be fair. Insigne's going to take it. I can't pronounce his name. A lot of people saying it's definitely a penalty. I've not seen it enough. He went straight to it though. The difference with this is he said it's a penalty, and it would have to be a clear and obvious mistake. The difference between this and the Messi one is that he didn't see it, and he said no penalty, and then he went and looked at the screen and he said it was. With this one, he's saying it is a penalty. So for them to overturn it, they would have to say he clearly got it wrong. And I don't think he clearly got it wrong. I watched Serie A and Koulibaly has been crap, says Rohan. Well, here's the penalty. Insigne steps up, needs to score it. And he does. It's 3-1. Makes the second half a little bit more interesting anyway. I think we'd all agree with that. Well, it's been an interesting half. Would you take Messi at Manchester with his current age, says Moa? Yeah, well, of course I would. I would take Ronaldo, and he's older. So, yeah, I mean, look, this is... A lot of it's to do with romance and that, but I think Messi, at his age, he would take. He's a lot younger. Nice penalty by Insigne. Sends the keeper the wrong way. So it's 3-1 at half-time, which means it's 4-2 on aggregate. But if Napoli can find a couple of goals, they would go through. If they can draw this game, Napoli go through. So we won't get any extra time in this one. But we'll get an interesting second half. Jarrett Edwards says, I know it's a penalty, but he's genuinely going to clear the ball and no intent to foul should there be a rule change in instances like that. Yes, Jarrett, there should. But I saw one of these get given for Bayern Munich a few weeks ago, and I said exactly that. And that's why I knew that Koulibaly one would be a penalty, because it's just the way the rules get interpreted now. Barcelona says Darth Maul deserved better. And Mark, where can I get them salmon shorts, says Charles. These salmon shorts. Oh, yeah. These salmon shorts. Can't remember where I got them from, actually. Probably Marks and Spencer's. Yeah, probably. They tend to do all sorts of colours. Napoli on the attack. Another cross. Skips it in. Back post cross. Oh, it could have been 3-2 right before half-time. And that's half-time as well. So there's going to be loads and loads of things for us to review at half-time. But the scoreline at half-time is 3-1. Messi winning a penalty. Some would say controversially, but I think it was always going to be given. Then you've got also a goal that was disallowed. The Messi goal that's disallowed. I look forward to seeing that. And then a very good goal from Messi as well. Suarez with the penalty. Longley, I think that should have been chalked off as well. Napoli's penalty I've not seen. So when they come back from the break, it's going to be interesting to go through all of those. But look, ultimately, we're watching this game on a Saturday night because a lot of us don't support Napoli and Barcelona. Have we been entertained? Yes. Is it a weird way of entertaining because some of the decisions have been a bit dubious? Yes, but all the more entertaining. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're nearly at 207,000. In fact, we're only 100 away. So if you've not subscribed, bottom right hand corner, please do. Appreciate that. Hi Mark, I'm enjoying your content. I'm currently watching Bayern versus Chelsea. Do you recommend this game to watch instead? Says Sol BF. Yes, definitely. I think this is much the better game because the Chelsea game was over before it kicked off. So yeah, definitely. Why do people automatically judge a player from one bad match? Says hello. And Koulibaly is suspect and spending on a 29-year-old is Alexi all over again. Opinion mark, says Andish. Well, Manchester United are not going to sign Koulibaly anyway. That's not going to happen. So we don't need to worry about that. But I would not be looking at that. Wyatt says this game has got the most VAR use ever. And both are penalties, but Messi goal should not have been disallowed, says the GOAT Messi. No, I want to see that again. The Messi handball, who thought that was a handball? To me, he controls it on his chest. The trajectory of the ball is going the way that he's controlled his chest because it's Messi. He's world class. Controls it on his chest. Do you think he's going to use his arm? I don't think so. So I don't see how they could... And considering you've got to be conclusive, I don't know how they could be conclusive on that. I think they know they messed up on the first goal and they've decided to chalk one out. But for me, I don't think it was a handball at all. But some people are saying it was, some people it wasn't. So therefore, you know, that's the football opinion for you. Still a way back in for Napoli, potentially. Still a way back in. I'd be interested to see if they can do it. I do feel that Napoli have not been the better team, and that certainly Barcelona deserve to be in front. But look, 45 minutes, you never know. Can you... no, I'm not going to do that. Chelsea go through, what will you think? Says Sunderland. Well, they're not, are they? They're not going to go through. It would be a fantastic turnaround if they did, but it won't happen. Timer, thank you for that, Ernie. I would never have thought about the timer at half time. There's no Sancho updates at the moment. I mean, I can have a quick look for you, but there isn't any Sancho updates at the moment. I'm just waiting for them to come back from the adverts so we can have a look at some of these decisions. But I don't see any Sancho updates at the moment. Maybe at 10:30 tonight. You do tend to get a bit of news coming in, but remember we have got a very big game going on tonight, so I don't think that we will. It's so hot. Hey, is it hot where you live? It's really hot today. Really hot today. I think the final will be Bayern Munich or Manchester City. I think that's the way it's heading. I think they're the two favourites to win it. And Kenji says, Man City's new kit looks like the bottom of a swimming pool on a sunny day. Ashu says, different train of thought. I've seen Koulibaly against Liverpool last year and Barca today. He doesn't look solid. There are mistakes in him. Look, I wouldn't be on the bandwagon of Koulibaly shit, but I would be realistic and say he's 29 years of age. Is he as good as he was 3 years ago? I don't think so. Is he going to get worse? Yes. Would he be a good player to bring to the Premier League at 29? Look, Godin could have come to the Premier League last year. I don't think it's a good idea, however good you are, to come and play in the Premier League when you're touching 30 or above. I just don't think it is a good idea. So, and certainly not for £80 million, which is what Napoli want. He's not that. I mean, there's only one centre-back who's worth £80 million, and that is Sir Harry Maguire. No, it's not. The only centre-back that's worth £80 million is probably Van Dijk. Now, let's have a look at this first goal. For me, that is a blatant push by Longley. They've not shown us enough of it yet. Now they're going to show us the Messi goal, which to me is just determination. It's not clean, but he gets up, he works hard, and he finishes it perfectly with the bend into the bottom corner. That's a fantastic goal. Now, hopefully they're going to show us the handball, because I cannot see how this was a handball. If Harry Maguire did the same against Barcelona last year when we played, it would have been a rage. He's worth 56 million, says Ashu. And do you think we need pitch side monitor next season? Overall, VAR has been awful, says Blue. Well, they do have the pitch side monitors in the Premier League and in the Champions League, but it's just the misinterpretation of it. It's terrible. Now, for me, this is not a handball by Messi. Unless there's a camera angle. No, I don't think that's conclusive. I don't think that is conclusive enough for me. No, I don't. I know why people think it is, because his hand's next to it, but I don't. I still think the ball drops down from his chest control. I don't think it is. I think that's a penalty on Messi, by the way. In the current game, I think that is a penalty. And then I haven't seen the Napoli one, so I want to see this again. Come on, show us the Napoli one. A lot of people saying it's clearly a handball, so there you go. I am hot, Thor's Hammer. I'm very hot tonight. Shut up, Michael Owen, and let us see what is happening here. I don't think that's a handball. I don't think the hand... I think it drops down his chest. I think it looks like his hand's done something, but I don't actually think he does touch it. I can see why people think he does use his hand, but I don't think he does. I think it's the natural control, in my opinion. Simeone, here we go. I don't think that... I'm not sure. This is a penalty. Yeah, probably is, actually. Simeone has never been eliminated by anyone else other than Ronaldo and Madrid since it's one match. I think Atletico might well win this one and win it all, says Barry Haynes. Good, fair point, actually. Good point. Not a handball, says Tan May. Just brushes Messi's arm and hand to see, but that's why they gave it, says Raheem. Yeah, I think at worst, even if it does brush his hand, I think it just shows you that the rule is ridiculous. But that is the rule. Any touch of the arm is deemed to be no goal. Hey Mark, what was your reaction when Owen joined United, says Dennis? To be honest with you, I think, you just hope he's going to be the player that he was. And I think I was quite excited by it. But, when your club buys that player that deep down probably isn't going to work, but you hope that it will. I think with Michael Owen, I was a bit like that. Same with Schweinsteiger. I was over the moon when we bought him, but I actually was like, he is getting on a bit now. I don't think he's going to be the player I loved in the prime, and so it came to pass. But, yeah. Michael Owen never should have come to Man United, really. But he did. He did. Right, second half's incoming. It's really hot. It's really hot today. VAR should have an option where people would vote at half-time or full time, says Nathan Levy. No, I don't think that's not going to work. That isn't going to work, is it? People are telling me there's been an update from Build, but I'm pretty sure there isn't, because I'm pretty sure it would be all over my timeline. Can't see anything. No, I can't see anything on there, unfortunately, for anybody who wants there to be something on there. Oh, God, I'm so hot. I'm so hot, and not in a good way. In a horrible, sweaty way. I'm 45 minutes away from a shower anyway. So, can Napoli get back into this game? Let's have a look what people are saying in the live comments. How do you feel about possibly facing Wolves again in the Europa League? I'm not bothered, Nathan. At the end of the day, Sevilla against Wolves is no... There's no guarantee with that's going to go the way of Wolves. I think Sevilla will be a decent side in the tournament, and I think that again, Manchester United, we must not be arrogant to the fact that we might not get past Napoli. I've done the preview for that tonight, and I think that we do need to be putting our strongest team out for sure. And if we don't do that, then I think that we will. We may come unstuck against Copenhagen, even though we will definitely be favourites in it. You've got to respect the tournament, and you've got to pick the right team. So I hope that he does that. Please subscribe if you're new before half time is over. We're currently on 207. No, we're not on 207 yet. We're nearly at 207,000. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do. Bottom right hand corner. Everyone's welcome on here. We do FIFA and we do watch-alongs as well, of course. And lots and lots of things going on. Lots of watch-alongs coming up because there's so much European football. How is Sancho on aerial duels and headers, says Abhishek? Well, I don't think it's his strength. Michael Owen just wanted to win the Premier League trophy, says Darth Maul deserved better. Yeah. And now he wants to be back in with the Liverpool fans, which is not going to happen, is it? They don't forget the fact that... he played for Manchester United. Nice cold shower at 10 PM. You can't beat it. Messi is the GOAT, says Clevers. A few super chats to read here. Knuckles says, Mark, is all this fuss about club debt a cultural thing in UK or Europe? Working in America, financial system, a balance sheet like United's is a regular Tuesday for us and encouraged. And hi, Mark, do you think you and your family are doing well? Hope you and family are doing well. Do you think Ferguson's old coaching staff would have made a difference in assisting Ollie? Says Eddie J. Well, Mike Phelan is one of Sir Alex's old coaching staff members, isn't he? So we mustn't forget that at the end of the day. We are going to be doing some pro clubs tomorrow afternoon as well. It was on this channel today, but it was meant to be on Twitch, so it will be on Twitch tomorrow. So if you want to watch us playing some pro clubs, they're longer streams than a normal FIFA career mode, which will be back on this channel on Monday. Give us a follow on Twitch. I've dropped the link in the video description, and we'll be live from about 2:30 on there. So join us over there for that. And opinion on Pirlo as a coach, says Sonny. I don't know, but I certainly think he's one of the most intelligent footballers of his generation, and I think when you play that position a little bit like a Michael Carrick or a Pep Guardiola, you have to look at football in a tactical and measured way. So I think he's got the attributes to be a good coach. Hey mate, you're amazing, watch your videos every day, says Jack Bollard. Thank you very much, Jack. Do you shave your arms, says Berg. No, I just don't have very hairy arms. I'm actually quite grateful about that because I don't have a hairy chest either. I'd hate to have a hairy chest. The amount of women who hate hairy chests, I'm glad I haven't got one. I'd have to shave it. So I don't like hairy chest, so I'm glad I haven't got hairy arms. Keep enjoying Messi because we're getting the next Messi and his name is Sancho, says Yahia. And I'm just going to start the clock because the second half is about to kick off. Can Napoli get back into this? They've got to score the next goal. If they score the next goal, Barcelona will panic. If Barcelona score the next goal, it's game over. Let's have a look how it goes in the second half. They've not defended particularly well, Napoli, tonight, I think it's fair to say. And I think Barcelona have been the better team. If that continues, then they will be the team that deserves to win it. But let's see how it goes in the second half. Napoli need to be far more threatening in the final third and far more solid at the back. It's a nice little ball there into Mertens. Lovely little cross. And he's kept it in there. Tell you what, Callion's got a... I think it's because he wears the number 7, but Callion for Napoli. Does he remind you a little bit of Ronaldo? The way he sort of has his socks and the way he runs a little bit. He's sort of got the gait of a Ronaldo. Maybe that's just me. He's certainly not playing like him. I'm going to cop some salmon shorts, lads, says Charles Andrews. Cool. Yeah. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Bum ba dum bum 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 ba bum ba dum bum ba. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. It is hot tonight. You know where I'd like to be tonight? Palmanova, Mallorca, in one of those bars, having some cocktails, dancing and having a good time. Hello from California. I'm taking a shower right now. It's hot out here, says P. Toledo. Don't do it with your phone in. And Mark, Varane yesterday, Koulibaly today. I can see Saeed tweeting a Maguire picture with the caption, "It's lonely at the top," says Martial FC. Look, we also live in a world where people are very... what's the word? They just think people are perfect all the time, and that's not the case. People, Messi and Ronaldo very rarely have a bad game, but most normal footballers, even though they're talented, do. And Koulibaly and Varane, they can have a bad game. Varane had a terrible game yesterday. Let's be honest. Right. Who's your favourite player, says Push. Who's everybody's favourite player in world football? That's a good question. I'm such a Man United fan that my favourite player is going to be a Manchester United player. And I'd say at the moment it's either Martial or Bruno. For a long time it was Martial and Rashford. But since we brought Bruno in, I think it was the obsession with Bruno and the belief that he would be so good. And the fact that he has been. I have that loyalty to Bruno, and Martial's just a player I've always liked. So Martial and Bruno are probably my two favourite players. Are they the two best players in the world? Of course they're not, but I think that's all about respect, isn't it? Who's your favourite player in world football? And for me, Ronaldo, because I was fortunate enough to watch Ronaldo a lot for Manchester United, that's the affection. I haven't seen Messi anywhere near as much as I've watched Ronaldo, and Ronaldo also played for Manchester United. So for me, Ronaldo is my favourite player in the world. I don't want to do the debate about who's better because I don't really actually think it brings anything to a conversation. I think that these are two players that are easily two of the best footballers there's ever been. And I think you need to enjoy both of them. So for me, it would be Ronaldo just simply because he played for Manchester United. Koulibaly heads it over the bar there. Wasn't really close. Mark, I'm struggling with the heat. Any advice? Also, what do you think about Andrea Pirlo being appointed as the new Juventus manager, says Joel Morris? I mean, I've been asked this about 5 times, Joel, now. I can't answer it in a different way anymore. Suffice to say, I think he'll probably be successful. I mean, he's going to win a title, isn't he? Because that's pretty much nailed on. But he'll be judged on what he can do in Europe. And what can you do to keep cool? Sit in your car and put the aircon on. If you're lucky enough to have a house with aircon on. And, put some ice cubes in your pants. Don't do that. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Cold shower is probably the best thing. Or a cold bath. Or you could have a cold bath and get a watering can and tip it over your head. Will you be doing a meet and greet? Round on me, says Lewis. We did have a meet and greet booked in Dublin. But it got cancelled because of COVID-19. We are going to be doing it again in Dublin as soon as we're able to do it. But it's so difficult to do because pubs, when they open, are still going to be social distancing. So I don't know whether we're going to get it done before Christmas. I wouldn't expect it. If we do, it's a bonus. Which players have you most looked forward to watching play in your lifetime? Not necessarily the best. My top 3 are Giggs, Rooney and Zidane. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing Bruno. I've not seen Bruno play for Manchester United yet because I've not been to see United since the end of last season. So, and obviously Bruno's not played that many games with fans in it. So I'm very excited to see Bruno in a United shirt in real life. Seeing Ronaldo in real life was very exciting. I mean, I remember being very excited when I watched Gascoigne play, but I was so young that it's not the same as being an adult. Looking forward to seeing a player play. I was very lucky in the sort of late 80s, early 90s that I got to see a lot of players that, when you're a kid, you get very excited about. Gary Lineker was a big player to watch playing as well. Roy Keane, loved watching him play. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ryan Giggs was a fantastic player, but I wouldn't say he excited me as much as watching Beckham or Keane, to be honest. They were my 2 favourite United players. And I think with Scholes, Scholes was underrated. I mean, Paul Scholes was a fantastic player, but I've got to be honest, even as a United fan, I wasn't excited to watch Scholes, but he was a fantastic player. Oh, Napoli nearly scored there. They didn't know. Mark, I found your Kane tweet interesting today. Spurs fans are insecure. Martial and Firmino are the system for their team. Kane is all about him. Mate, look, I like Spurs. I like Harry Kane. You put a tweet out about Harry Kane in a context way, and Napoli are all over Barcelona at the moment, and it really did and has and still is causing many a Spurs fan to cry. I've never had any problems with Spurs fans. I've always quite liked Spurs. I've never had any problems with any Spurs fans. And this tweet has been on a level that I don't think even Arsenal fans, and I've wound them up for years, would be wound up like this. Google says he can't comment on United stand. Please look into it. Basically, what happened is there was a tweet about... the top 5 strikers in the league, and I basically said that Aguero, Firmino and Martial are more complete strikers than Harry Kane. And I've had hundreds of replies, hundreds of quote tweets about Harry Kane can score with his left and right foot and his head. There's no more complete striker than Harry Kane. And I'm like, but people are, you're not listening. You're not listening to what I said. It's an opinion. For one, it's an opinion. I did enjoy my mistake. Darth Maul deserves better. For one, it's an opinion. And for two, it's an opinion I still don't retract. Like, I would never swap Anthony Martial for Harry Kane. Arsenal would never swap Aubameyang for Harry Kane. Liverpool wouldn't swap Firmino for Harry Kane. And Man City wouldn't swap Aguero for Harry Kane. To me, there's no doubt that Harry Kane is a top-class striker. But he doesn't walk into every team. And I think Spurs fans just assume, obviously, I wasn't aware of this, Spurs fans think Harry Kane walks into every team in the world. And he doesn't. Because I don't think Harry Kane is a complete striker. I think he's a fantastic striker, but I don't think he's a complete striker. Because what they're not grabbing is that, in my mind, a complete striker in the modern game is a striker that isn't selfish as well. A striker that will play others into the game. Look at what Firmino's doing. Look at what Martial's doing at United. They don't necessarily score every game, but they can still put a 10 out of 10 performance in because they can run at players. They can play the little 1-2s. They can create a chance. Harry Kane is a complete goal-scoring striker. I would concede that. Harry Kane's a player that is selfish. He's a selfish man. Because he's a selfish striker, and that's brilliant. He's, and he's fantastic. But I wouldn't want him at Manchester United. I don't think he would work well at Manchester United because our number 9, like Liverpool's number 9, needs to be able to, and like Aubameyang to a certain extent, he needs to be able to be unselfish and bring others into the game. And I think Harry Kane is a striker. He's a complete goal-scoring striker. But people don't want to listen to what I'm actually saying. At no point did I say Harry Kane's shit and he's not a very good striker. Barcelona on the attack here. Koulibaly the wrong side. Good cross. And Koulibaly will pick it up. Skinhead Rooney was good to watch, says Kieran. This game's going end to end now. It's a very exciting one. But there are Man United fans out there. Saeed's one. He would ditch Martial for Harry Kane in a heartbeat. He thinks he's absolutely brilliant. Favourite non-Man United player, says Jack. Ronaldo. George O.B. says Kane's a system striker. Well, it's going to be interesting. I think, you know what I would say about Harry Kane? I think he needs to leave Spurs, and that's going to upset Spurs fans even more now. But having seen my club be managed by Jose Mourinho and what he did to Martial and Rashford, I worry about Harry Kane because I looked at Harry Kane's stats for the last, when Mourinho wasn't there, and he's a striker that's getting 5 or 6 shots a game. Under Jose Mourinho, he will do well to get 3 or 4 because they don't create enough chances for him. And if I'm Harry Kane, and I think this is why he's sort of rumbling about a move that he'll never get because no one can afford him, he wants to play in a team where he's going to get loads of chances because he's a brilliant finisher of chances. And under Mourinho, the way he sets his team up, you don't get as many chances as you will in a Liverpool shirt, a Manchester United shirt, maybe even an Arsenal shirt. Because the way Mourinho plays football is pragmatic. It's not attacking. So Harry Kane may have to change his game and may become more of a complete striker because he's going to have to do a lot of the donkey work and he's going to have to do a lot of the build-up play and he's going to get less chances to be the complete goal-scoring striker that he is. Napoli are playing quite well now, you know. And somebody just said there, Kane's got 15 goals in 19 appearances for Mourinho. But how many goals would he be having if he had double the amount of chances? He'd have, probably 20 goals in 15 games. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Harry Kane under Mourinho and whether he can get him all the chances that a player like that, a striker like that needs. All my life watching America. Nice little ball over the top there. Napoli are starting to force the issue a little bit. Ooh, corner. For whatever it means, I've just had a direct message from somebody saying that Sancho will sign in the next 8 days. I hope so. I hope that's going to happen. All I know about the Sancho deal is what I've said on the United Stand. It's a lot closer than people want you to believe it is. It really is just about how much United are going to pay as the first bit. And realistically, that shouldn't be taking a lot of time once that's been agreed. But how long is a piece of string? But I'd like to think it's going to happen soon. Rakitic on a free kick here for Barcelona. They're really one goal away from putting this tie to bed. Napoli have done okay this second half. I think it's been more of a 50-50 game second half. Whereas I think the first half it was, Napoli with a better side. Mega Controller 26. If you know, you know. $50 subscribers away from 207,000. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Half an hour to go in this game. Napoli, Barcelona, comfortable. Chelsea have scored in Munich, 2-1, and they've given a good account of themselves. Ross Barkley has won a free kick on the edge of the box here. I might stay for that. It's very close. Of course, Pulisic can't take it because he's out injured. Connor says, what's your thoughts on Everton? I think Ancelotti's a fantastic manager, and I think Everton want to spend money. They've got rich owners. But I think the problem that Everton have got is that the same problem that I think Arsenal and Spurs have got is that what is achievable? I don't think top four is achievable for anybody next season if Man United and Chelsea do the business they're looking to do, on top of the fact that they already finished third and fourth. Can Chelsea and United have as bad a season as they've had this year? I mean, look, they've not had great seasons and they've still finished third and fourth, and they're both improving their team. So I think from an Everton point of view, no matter how much they improved, can they get in the top four? No. So Everton's best hope is 5th or 6th, and I think that's very difficult because I think in that cluster you've got Spurs, Arsenal, Wolves, maybe Leicester. So it's a difficult thing. Free kick on the edge of the box here for Chelsea. I think Barkley's going to take it because he did win it. And he's hit it into the wall, Pratt. The football Chelsea are playing is brilliant. It's his football skills. But they'll still be going out, unfortunately. It's all about next season for Chelsea now. Favourite office character, says Jack Ballard from the US. I think Dwight for me. Yeah. He's a grower, isn't he? Summer breeze in Cornwall, Mark. All good, says Tom. I bet it's lovely down in Cornwall at the moment. We need a goal in this very, very soon. I wonder if he's going to make some subs soon, Gattuso. Man, it's hot. Good running by Rakitic. Suarez, back to Rakitic. I know what I wanted to have a look at. What's happened to... I'm just looking at the bench for Napoli. What's happened to... And again, I always get his name wrong. What's happened to Immobile? Why is he injured then? Suarez on the break here for Barcelona. Messi. Oh, keeper's got it. Romano hasn't tweeted. I love how people tell me Romano's tweeted when I've got notifications on my phone. It never amazes me. It never fails to amaze me that people think I'm going to fall for that when I've got notification pinging on my phone when he tweets. Immobile plays for Lazio. Exactly. I've just gone and mixed up Napoli and Lazio. Pratt. What a Pratt. Oh, what a cross. Well cleared away by PK. You know why I thought it? It's because of the kits. Napoli and Lazio have got very similar home and away kits. And it just shows you how tired I am this week. Which you can see under my eyes. I'm knackered this week. The week started off so busy. And you could have bantered me there. You could have said he's injured. I would have gone, I would have carried on. I would have said, it's such a shame. He's such a good player. And it's very hot. Can't wait to get naked and have a cold shower. There's nothing wrong with that because I don't want you to watch, and I'm going to be on my own. And look, we came into this world naked, and I know it reminds me actually. I remember we were. I don't remember where we were. I think we were down the pub once or something like that, and one of the lads said, "Well, we come into this world naked, and we'll go out of this world naked." And I was like, "Since I'm not coming to see you on your deathbed." He was like, "What are you on about?" I said, "Well, look, we do come into this world naked, but you don't go out of this world naked unless you're a bloody nudist who has a heart attack on the beach. You don't go out of this world naked unless you choose to be naked. Like, you can die in your pajamas or in get buried in a suit. You don't need to die naked." So I don't know what he was on about. Imagine that, all your family coming round to see you, and there you are out with your bits out. Barcelona are pushing for the killer goal here. I'll tell you what, Napoli have been left naked at the back at times. Kenchi says Manchester United's new kit looks like a bus seat. I'd be tempted to agree with you, but I actually got it delivered today because my daughter wanted it. And in real life, it's actually a nice kit. It's a nice football top. I didn't think much of it when I first saw it, but having seen it in the flesh, as a football top, it's quite nice. Sancho's in London. I doubt Sancho is in London because it would be all over the papers that he's in London. God, he's hot. Lozano's on the bench, Hamza. So they've not bothered to bring him on yet. I'm actually getting hotter. It's meant to get cooler in the evening. So and there, Lozano's just come on for Zielinski. So there you go. Just having a look on Twitter, there's some tweets out there that Jadon Sancho's at a party in London. I mean, it's vague. It's vague. But Bayern have scored as well. But if he is in London, you know, does it mean he's coming to Manchester United? Not necessarily, because Dortmund are back in training on Monday. He could fly back tomorrow. He's from London. He's English. It doesn't mean he's coming to Manchester United, unfortunately. But he is coming to Manchester United. So if you want to believe it that, then by all means do. David says, how are they allowing him to be in London if he's got training? It's the weekend, isn't it? And their proper training doesn't really start until Monday, so, you know. And he could just be visiting a friend, as Billy said, yeah. 3-1, Tolisso scored for Bayern Munich, so they are 8-1 on aggregate now. No, they're not. They're 6-1 on aggregate. Not quite the 8-2 that Arsenal did. Grealish is actually probably in Ibiza, so that's where he was. Can Napoli get a goal back? 20 minutes to go. Griezmann just doesn't grab hold of these games either, does he? He's not the same anymore, Griezmann. I mean, I remember I used to watch Griezmann play for Atletico Madrid, and he would absolutely grab hold of games. And I know it's difficult to grab hold of a game when you've got Messi and Suarez, but you know, if you're a truly quality player, then surely that's what you should do. It's a shame on Monday night, Inter Milan are playing Leverkusen at exactly the same time that Manchester United are playing Copenhagen, and of course these games are all one games. There's no knockout stage for it, so I would like to have watched Inter against Leverkusen. Leverkusen, Havertz. I feel there's a Barcelona goal coming here. Man United are flying out tonight or tomorrow to Cologne for the Europa League. I don't actually know. I wonder if I can show you. Ollie's got a press conference because it's a big game, but I don't know whether they've scheduled it in yet. I'll just have a quick look. Sunday. Bloody Sunday. Oh, I can't understand. I've got no idea when Ollie's doing his press conference, because he's got to do a press conference, but I don't know why he's not done one yet. Free kick to Barcelona here. And cleared by Napoli from the cross. What do we think of De Jong's performance as Hamza? I like De Jong. I think Barcelona got a good player there, and I think in the context of trying to rebuild Barcelona, which is what's going to happen, he's a good player to have at the club. Very young player, can run the midfield. Barcelona have just gone through a change, haven't they? I mean, here he is now. It's a quality player. That's nice by Griezmann. How many times have Chelsea conceded 3 goals in a game since they got their new shirt sponsor, says Mojo. Oh, I don't know, you know. They must have done it 3 times, at least. Yeah, probably 3 times. They've only had it about 5 games, haven't they? Suarez on the edge. Alba. Keeper's got it. For anybody who enjoyed the pro clubs today, I can give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I played left centre midfield today, which is probably one of my best positions because captain of the team, you can, you know, get involved in the tackles. But tomorrow, I can tell you I'm going to be playing up front, which is not my... I don't play up front a lot, but when I do play up front, things happen. So tune in for the pro clubs tomorrow afternoon live stream. It's going to be on Twitch. Links in the video description. Goldbridge on fire, hopefully. Played a couple of games tonight before this game, actually, and I scored 2 in 2, which is not really my role because we've got a striker who scores all the goals, and I'm sort of more of the build-up play and, you know, spreading the play. I'm like the Martial me. I run the channels, bring everybody else into play. But yeah, we played a team called Mark's Funeral. Let's suffice to say, it wasn't my funeral. Hi Mark, love your content, keep up the work, says man like Archie. Thanks, pal. There will be, we're not really doing, well, we are going to still do trials. Basically, the team will evolve as we keep doing more pro clubs. So people can get involved in it, definitely. We've been doing trials all week to get an 11 players that we can feel happy with to play with, but we're always looking for good players. What I would advise you to do is get yourself a pro clubs team and play against us, and then that's better. Almaz is coming on. Oh, Almaz, pure and simple. He's in my FIFA career mode, if anyone knows. 4-1 to Bayern. That's 7-1 on aggregate. I thought Chelsea were playing well. Bayern Munich or Man City for this Champions League, I'm telling you. Another corner to Napoli. About 13 minutes to go. They need to score. Daniel Smith, pro clubs will be at 2:30 tomorrow. It's PS4 we play on. Gabriel has not signed for Arsenal. Why would I switch to the Bayern Munich game that's dead and over? And was dead and over before the game even started. Napoli looking for a penalty there in the box. And I think there's going to be another corner here. Manolas is saying that should be a penalty. For what? Nothing happened. You slipped over, you prat. Can't believe he's trying to get a penalty out of that. No, not for me. That's never a penalty. And here he comes, Almaz. Plays on my Villa career mode. Comes on for Fabian Ruiz. Scored a cracker, actually, on my last episode on Friday. Sancho is in London. He's with a rapper, says Oliver S. Yeah, but you know, how old is that post? But if he is in London, it doesn't... I mean, he's going to sign for United anyway, but I don't think that's why he's in London. Thoughts on Pirlo, Juve coach, says Sebastian Bodger. I've spoke about it 4 times now. It doesn't really surprise me. You know, ex-players being managers of clubs. And also the position he played in. Look at Koulibaly there, what a prat. The position he played in, you would imagine he'd be quite a good tactical coach. John A. Goldbridge, who would be the best young centre-back Man United, Man City or Chelsea could bring in to immediately bring quick change, do you think? Don't know. I don't know, John. Can't answer that question because you're asking me to bring in a young centre-back for one of the top 3 clubs that's going to make an immediate difference. Well, I can't answer that question because I don't think there is a guaranteed young centre-back that can come in and do that in world football at the moment. Is the Romano podcast, you said 70-30-20 sounds very fair. Romano said it's not enough and you changed your mind and said, yeah, it was never enough. Laugh out loud, says Unconscious Bias 2020. No, 70-30-20 is what's been quoted all week by Bild and Jan Arge Fjortoft. And it is very fair for Manchester United because it's cheaper than what I would have thought. So, of course, it's a very fair offer for Manchester United. But as I said what a goal for Napoli! Oh, he's offside. Oh. Gattuso's gutted. It's offside. And it's a lovely goal. The cross. He is offside as well. Oh, it's such a shame. It's a lovely goal. Lovely cross from the left. Gets up and heads it home. And he's 100% offside, unfortunately. But as I said on the United stand 3 months ago, I've always said that I feel that Sancho will come to Manchester United for 85 million. So, look, we'll see what happens. Do you stand by Lewandowski wouldn't do as well as Martial for United, says Robert McCormack? Oh, this will just get clipped and taken out of context, exactly like the Harry Kane tweet. I wouldn't take Lewandowski for Martial. No, I wouldn't. There's your answer. I wouldn't. And I don't think Arsenal fans would take Lewandowski for Aubameyang either. I mean, look, who's the better player? Lewandowski. But it's not always about who's the better player. It's about the players that you believe in who play for your club who are doing a very, very good job. So I wouldn't take Martial out of the team for Lewandowski. I wouldn't. And I think there's a lot of United fans who wouldn't do it either. I'm not saying that Lewandowski's not better than Martial. I'm just saying I wouldn't take him at Manchester United over Martial. You know why? Because it's something called supporting your club and supporting your players. And I think we live in a world now where a lot of people are just FIFA Ultimate Team players who, you know, they'll swap a card for another card without taking a breath. But I support Manchester United. I support the players that do well in a Manchester United shirt. And I think Anthony Martial is our player of the year this year. And I think he's going to get better and better. I think Lewandowski is coming towards the end of his career. Why would I want to swap a player that's not loyal, that's not at my club? It's a hypothetical I don't need to do. I'm happy with what we've got. I wouldn't take Neymar for Rashford either. There's another one. So you can clip it, you can do what you like with it, but I stick by my players. I stick by my club, and I'm happy with those players. And I'd be devastated if Martial left the club for Lewandowski or Rashford left the club for Neymar. I'd be gutted. I like these players, and I'm happy with these players, and I think we can be successful with these players. And I think that we can become a very good team with those players. So I don't want somebody else's brilliant player. I want my players, and I believe in my players. So there you go. And I think, to be honest, a lot of Liverpool fans would feel the same about Firmino and over Lewandowski. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans would feel the same about Aubameyang. It's called supporting your club and being loyal to the players that do well for your club. So there you go. Raheel, I would love to have seen Aubameyang come to Manchester United. I said it about 3 years ago. FIFA Dylan says, do you think Chelsea fans would take Lewandowski over Abraham or Giroud? Well, I'd be very surprised if they didn't. I think in those situations you've got to. Would Chelsea fans take Lewandowski over Timo Werner? I don't think I would actually. I think there's more future in Werner than there is of Lewandowski. You've got to look at that as well. Lewandowski would be a very short-term fix. Werner can only get better. Griezmann's coming off here. I think it's going to end with Barcelona going through. Napoli, if that goal had stayed onside, maybe it could have happened. Ewan, I've put you in timeout. You'll be gone altogether in a minute. He said that what he said was Jadon Sancho is in London at a party with Marcus Rashford. Yeah, Marcus Rashford's about to fly out for a game on Monday night to Germany. If you're going to put something in there, try and be a little bit cleverer than that. Would you take Alfonso Davies at United, and how much do you think he's worth, says Reece Range? I would take him at United, of course I would. He's probably already worth about 60 million as a left back. Ollie didn't get manager of the season because 95% of local support, real fans, wanted him out before Christmas. Interesting. And what about Sancho in a Man United group chat, says Emmanuel. I don't know. I mean, do people not understand the modern football world then? That Raheem Sterling's probably in a group chat with Lingard and Rashford, but he plays for Man City and he will never be coming to United. I mean, look, United will sign Sancho, but I don't think it's going to be because he's in a WhatsApp group with Marcus Rashford. They play for England together. Loads of footballers play for different clubs but are good mates. I mean, Dele Alli's probably in a chat group with some United players as well. Aubameyang is too good for Arsenal. He needs to be at a club with Champions League football, says Joel Morris. I think if they pay the money, he'll stay. The fact that they got European League football as well, I think he will stay. And Arsenal need him. Barca will have a nice Napoli. Sebastian. What's everyone doing after the match? Bit of Netflix for me, I think. I'm working through a series at the moment. I'm not going to tell what people it is because they'll start giving spoilers out. But yeah, bit of Netflix for me. Bit too late to put a film on. But before all that, a nice cold shower. God, I need it. Not because I smell, just because I'm hot. Get into the shower naked. Obviously, don't get into the shower with your clothes on. That's a stupid idea. Although I used to do that when I was drunk. I used to come home sometimes, turn the shower on in my clothes and pretend I was The Rock from wrestling. Wake the house up. But the great thing is I would be locked in the bathroom. I'd go into the bathroom, get in the shower drunk, and then you just hear people knocking on the door. And then I'd be going, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Do, 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 do." And that's not even his tune. Is Griezmann the French Cantwell? I can see where you're coming at from that. So 3 minutes to go, normal time. Looks like it's the end of road for Napoli. That 3-goal lead that Barcelona got in the first half has proved another bad pass by Koulibaly. He's had a bad game. I'm getting Fernandes vibes from Sancho, but we will get him, says Adam Edmonds. I'm confident we will. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of news tonight, actually. Saturday night. It feels like we need a bit of Sancho news, and I don't know why we wouldn't be getting any Sancho news, because if I was a Fabrizio Romano and I was so close to 1 million subscribers, I would just say talks continue, just to go and get a load of more interaction. I mean, he might have even hit it by now. He's hit 1 million followers already. Wow. Yeah, it looks like Sancho is in London. Two minutes to go. Napoli need to score. Nice ball out to the right hand side. Poor shot. Good cross. PK clears it. 5 minutes of added time. Never say never. Of course, people can score 2 goals in added time. Aguero! But it hasn't got that feeling yet. I hope Martial one day breaks into his national team squad again, but I suppose he has got Lacazette, Giroud and Ben Yedder in front of him as number 9, says Robert McCormack. Yeah, and Deschamps is just not a big fan of his either. Ooh, half a chance there in the box. PK will clear it. Koulibaly wins it. Good play there. Then a bad touch. That's a foul. Silly fouls. The Chelsea game, I can tell you, it is. I think it's 4-1. Well, it's finished as well, isn't it? They're out. Unlucky Chelsea. Well, not unlucky. The game was over before you even started it, to be fair. Pro Clubs tomorrow. Career Mode will be back on Monday, Iron. So Pro Clubs tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitch. I've dropped the link in the video description. 2:30 tomorrow. Pro Clubs. Give us a follow. Goldbridge is going up front. See how many goals I can get. Barca won't win the Champions League, says Henry. No way. No. Barcelona will not win the Champions League. I don't think Barcelona are as good as they were last year and they got knocked out. So Barcelona won't win the Champions League. Bayern Munich, I think, will be too good for them. But that's going to be a cracking game, Barcelona against Bayern Munich. But I think that Bayern Munich will be just too good for them. That's my opinion on it. First career mode on FIFA 21. It's probably got to be. It's probably got to be Man United, hasn't it? New gameplay, all the new kits, yeah. Did a goated FIFA 20 career mode with United, so got to do it on FIFA 21. When does it come out? October. Not out till October. Could get put back even further. October the 9th, says Neb. October the 5th, says Ben Hodgson. October the 9th, says Adam Edmonds. Oh, lovely play by Napoli. Why did he do a cross shot? Why didn't he just cross it? Only a minute to go. I think Lewandowski would have had a great chance of winning the Ballon d'Or, you know. They'll probably have early access, won't they, for the demo around the back end of September. At least Arsenal can't banter Chelsea 10-2, says Azid. Well, they did beat them in the FA Cup. So a trophyless season for Lampard. I mean, he was never coming back against Bayern, to be fair. It must really be annoying to get the same questions from people who don't see all your shows. Also, what's your thoughts on Perlo's pumpkin spice latte? Yeah, I've had that question a few times tonight. 20 seconds to go. Napoli need 2 goals. It's actually been a goalless second half. I'll tell you what, Almaz has been really good since he came on. He looks really good, doesn't he? See him in my FIFA career mode. Right, ref, you should blow up now. That's the 5. Terrible ball. Ref's still playing on. Fawaz says he likes Fabian Ruiz. It's just been a game too far for Napoli. Barcelona with the win. Messi, probably the difference again. How many times have we said that? But enjoyable. Enjoyed that. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Back tomorrow morning on the United Stand, of course, at about 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow afternoon on Twitch, 2:30, Pro Clubs. Make sure you give us a follow. I've dropped the link in the video description for our Twitch page. Have a good evening. I'm off to have a shower. And thank you for joining us on the channel. We'll have more watch-alongs, of course, to come over the next few days with Champions League and Europa League football going into the quarter-final stage. But enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks for all the chat and the banter and the to and fro, and it's been enjoyable. And speak to you in a bit. Take care. Stay safe.